Welcome to the summary of the book, 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management by Kevin Kruse. Let's start with a problem we all face. There's never enough time. We're constantly busy, always behind, juggling emails, meetings, goals, family, and trying to squeeze in rest somewhere. But here's the truth Kevin Kruse reveals in this book. It's not about having more time. It's about managing your energy, focus, and priorities better than most people do. Kruse didn't just write this based on his own ideas. He interviewed 7 billionaires, 13 Olympic athletes, 29 straight-A students, and 239 entrepreneurs. And what he found was this: the most successful people don't use time the same way we do. They treat it like a non-renewable asset, more valuable than money. And they live by some very specific habits. Secret number 1. Time is your most valuable and scarce resource. Successful people don't say, "I don't have time." They say, "It's not a priority." That mindset shift changes everything. It forces you to be honest with yourself. If you're not doing something, it's not because you're too busy, it's because it doesn't matter enough to you. Period. Secret number 2. Identify your most important task, MIT. Every day, high achievers choose the one thing that matters most, and they tackle it first thing in the morning, before the world distracts them. No multitasking. No to-do list juggling. Just pure focus on what actually moves the needle. Secret number 3. Work from your calendar, not a to-do list. This is a big one. To-do lists feel productive but often just grow endlessly. The pros? They schedule everything. If it's not on their calendar, it doesn't exist. Blocking out time for every activity, even breaks, is what keeps your day under control. Secret number 4. Procrastination isn't about laziness, it's about fear. Olympians and billionaires face it too. But they deal with it head-on by breaking big goals into small, actionable steps and setting clear deadlines. One Olympic gold medalist told Kruse she only focuses on what's next, not what's ideal. That stops overwhelm in its tracks. Secret number 5. Use a theme day strategy. Many entrepreneurs block entire days for specific tasks. Monday might be for strategy, Tuesday for meetings, Wednesday for content, etc. This keeps your brain from constantly switching gears, which saves massive amounts of mental energy. And here's a recurring idea throughout the book. Success doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing what matters. That's why many of the top performers Kruse interviewed also follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort, so they focus heavily on finding their 20%. If something isn't producing real results or impact, it gets cut, delegated, or ignored. So what's the takeaway from part 1? You can't manage time, but you can master priorities. The most successful people don't work 18-hour days. They work with intention. They don't waste time on what looks urgent. They lock in on what's actually important, and they make space for it every single day. Let me know when you're ready for part 2, where we'll dive into strategies like saying no, beating distractions, managing email like a pro, and how straight-A students and Olympians structure their time to win. So now you know that successful people treat time like gold. They prioritize ruthlessly, focus on the most important task first, and live by their calendars. But there's a key skill that separates them from everyone else, and it's this: they know how to say no. Secret number 6. Say no to almost everything. Kruse found that top performers are ruthless with their time. If something isn't aligned with their goals, it's an automatic no. Not out of arrogance, but out of clarity. Saying yes to the wrong things means saying no to your most important priorities. Steve Jobs once said, "Focusing is about saying no." That's exactly how the best protect their time. Secret number 7. Always carry a notebook. Billionaire Richard Branson swears by this one. Why? Because successful people know that ideas, tasks, and commitments come at you fast, and the mind forgets easily. Writing things down isn't old school. It's smart time capture. If it's not written down, it gets lost in the noise. Secret number 8. Process email only a few times per day. Most people live in their inbox. The successful? They schedule email like any other task. Kruse recommends checking it just 2 to 3 times a day, then closing it. One Olympic coach even called email someone else's to-do list for your day. If you're reacting all day, you're not creating. You're just staying busy. Secret number 9. Touch it once. When you open a message, document, or task, handle it right then. Don't read it, think about it, and set it aside. That's double work. The touch it once rule keeps you from stacking up mental clutter and half-finished decisions. Secret number 10. Use the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. That quick email reply, short message, or minor task. Handle it immediately, then get back to deeper work. It keeps your mind clear and your day flowing. Now here's where things get interesting. Kruse interviewed straight-A students and Olympic athletes. And do you know what they all had in common? They don't try to be disciplined. They build systems that remove the need for constant motivation. Secret number 11. Set boundaries on meetings. Meetings are notorious time wasters. Successful people rarely allow them to go past 15 to 30 minutes, and they come with clear agendas. One entrepreneur even runs standing meetings, literally no chairs, so people don't get too comfortable and waste time. Secret number 12. Energy, not time, is what you're managing. What separates a productive person from a burned-out one? It's how they protect their mental and physical energy. High achievers schedule breaks, naps, exercise, hydration, and even thinking time. They don't just work hard, they recover smart. So what's the big insight from this part? It's not just what you do, it's what you say no to. It's not just how many hours you have, it's how much energy and focus you bring to those hours. The people winning in life aren't busier, they're clearer. They design their days around priorities, not distractions. They run their calendars like CEOs, not employees. By now you've seen the mindset shift. Time management isn't about squeezing in more, it's about being intentional. And one major habit that sets successful people apart is that they don't leave their day to chance. Secret number 13. Use time blocking. This one is huge. Instead of writing a to-do list, the most effective people literally schedule tasks directly onto their calendars, from work to meals to workouts, even personal time. It's called time blocking. Why? Because when you schedule time for something, you're not just hoping it'll get done, you're committing to it. There's no space for confusion. You know what to do and when to do it. One billionaire told Kruse, "If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist." That includes their most personal rituals. Thinking time, family dinner, reading time, workouts. Everything that matters gets protected. This connects directly with another key idea. Secret number 14. Focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking is a myth. Science proves it. Successful people don't juggle. They go all in on one task, then move to the next. Whether it's Jeff Bezos planning a business decision or an Olympic swimmer preparing for a race, full focus beats scattered energy every time. And what helps them maintain this focus? Rituals and routines. Kruse learned that top performers don't leave their mornings to chance. They often begin the day with a powerful morning ritual, something that centers them, builds momentum, and sets the tone for the day. Could be a 5-minute meditation, journaling, visualizing goals, a workout, or reading something inspirational. But it's never scrolling Instagram while lying in bed. Why? Because the way you start the day shapes how you use your time for the rest of it. And while we're on routines, successful people also protect their evenings. They reflect, recharge, and plan the next day before it starts. This means less decision fatigue and more mental space. One CEO calls this setting tomorrow up for a win today. Another key truth from the book: willpower is limited. So the more decisions you can automate, the better. This is why some high performers wear the same outfit daily, eat the same breakfast, or always work out at the same time. It frees up mental energy for the things that actually matter. And here's a surprising insight. Time management is emotional. We don't just waste time because we're bad at scheduling. We waste it because we're avoiding hard things, or saying yes to please others, or distracted because we're overwhelmed. That's why Kruse says, time management isn't just about the clock. It's about clarity, courage, and boundaries. So what's the big idea from this part? Create systems. Block your time. Guard your routines. Focus deeply. Eliminate friction from your day so your best work gets done by design, not by accident. You don't need more time. You need a plan, a calendar, a decision. At this point, you've seen the real picture. Time management isn't about being busy. It's about being in control. And that brings us to the final secret in the book. Secret number 15, life is short. Sounds obvious, right? But here's the thing, most people live like time is unlimited. They waste hours, days, even years doing things that don't matter, with people they don't care about, chasing goals they never really chose. The most successful people? They live with urgency and clarity. They treat time like it's their most precious currency, because it is. They don't wait for permission. They don't delay hard decisions. They don't keep someday on the calendar. They act like today matters. Because it does. One of the billionaires Kruse interviewed said this. I always remind myself, I only get around 30,000 days on this planet. How many have I already used? That kind of thinking changes how you show up. So how do you actually apply these 15 secrets? You don't need to do all of them at once. You start with one. Maybe you block off your mornings for your most important task. Maybe you schedule email checks twice a day and stick to it. Maybe you finally learn to say no to one meeting that doesn't serve your goals. Maybe you create a simple evening routine to set up the next day. Small changes done consistently? That's what builds long-term transformation. And most of all, Kruse emphasizes this. You can't manage time. You can only manage how you use it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to hustle 24/7. You need to make better choices, more often, about what matters. Because when you do, you stop feeling overwhelmed. You stop reacting to life and start leading it. Time mastery equals life mastery. The people who win don't have more hours. They're just using them on purpose. So here's your challenge. Pick one secret from this book. Apply it for the next 7 days. Track how you feel. Watch how much more you get done without burning out. Then layer on another one. And before you know it, you're no longer surviving your schedule. You're running it. Because that's what successful people do. That is the end of summary. Subscribe me for more books,